Hello students, greetings from Michael High School. Today, myself Derek Vaz is very happy to connect with you all through technology. Today we are going to learn about first chapter of algebra. Now I want you to pay attention. Now 3 is big or 2 is big? You always say 3 is big. So 3 is greater than 2. This is called inequality. Now 2 is big or 2 is big? You will say both are big. Both are equal. So this is called equality, my dear students. When I put the alphabet in the equality, it becomes equation with one variable. When I put an alphabet in the equality, it becomes an equation with one variable. This alphabet is called variable. A number with the alphabet is called coefficient. The single number is called constant. Now what is the degree of the variable? The degree of the variable when nothing is given is 1. Then it is called linear equation. What it is called? Linear equation with one variable because there is one alphabet. But if I put two alphabets, then it becomes linear equation in two variables. When there are two alphabets, linear equation in two variables, but mind you, the degree of x and y should be 1. Then only it is a linear equation in two variables. If the degree is not 1, then it is not a linear equation. I hope till here it is clear. So today we are going to discuss about linear equation in two variables. 2x plus y is equal to 2 can be written as plus 2 comes and becomes minus 2. So this can be written like this because the general form of equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now what is the definition of linear equation? An equation which contains two variables. Variables means alphabets. And degree of each term containing the variable. What is the degree? Degree should be 1. If the degree of the variable is 1, then it is called linear equation in two variables. As I explained earlier, general form of linear equation is ax plus by plus c, where a, b and c are real numbers. Please mind you, a and b should not be equal to 0 at the same time. Please remember, if it becomes 0, it will not be a linear equation. Then a is equal to, what is the meaning of a? A is a coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, c is a constant number. Mind you, a and b should not be equal to 0 at the same time because if it becomes 0, then it does not become a linear equation in two variables. Now in this type of equation you will say, sir, here there are two variables. Is it a linear equation in two variables? I would say no. Why? Because when I take it up, here the power is 1. When it goes up, it becomes minus 1. Here also minus 1. So it is not a linear equation in two variables because the power of the variables is not 1. But it can be converted, this can be converted into a linear equation if I substitute and get the values, which I will show to you in the earlier lessons. But look at the next example. Is this a linear equation in two variables? I will say no, is not a linear equation in two variables. Because the power is 2. Such equations cannot be converted into linear equation. But this kind of equations can be converted into linear equations. Now we are doing activity on page number 1. If you look into the equation 4m plus 3n is equal to 12, is this a linear equation in two variables? Yes, because the power of m and n is 1. Now if you look at the second part, 3x square minus 7y is equal to 13, is it a linear equation? I will say no, because the power of the variable, is 2. Third equation, root 2x minus root 2y, is it a linear equation? Yes, because the power of x and y is 1. Fourth equation, 0x plus 6y minus 3, is it a linear equation in two variables? No, it is linear equation in one variable. Now you'll ask me why? Because the coefficient of x is 0, where a is 0. So when coefficient of x is 0, there is only one variable, that is 6y. Next equation here also, it is not a linear equation in two variables. Why? Because the coefficient of y is 0. As in the general equation I've told you, a and b should not be equal to 0. So it is a linear equation in one variable. The next equation, 4 upon x, 5 upon y, here the alphabet's variables are in the denominator. This is also not a linear equation in two variables. Why? Because the power of the variables is minus 1, because the power of x and y is minus 1. So it is not a linear equation in two variables. Last one, 4xy minus 5y minus 8. Is it a linear equation in two variables? No, because the power of xy is 2. The power of xy, 1 plus 1 is 2. So it is not a linear equation in two variables.